Hello, my name is William, and I'll be doing my video on the squid. And squids are fast cephalopods that inhabit the world's oceans. They're invertebrates, so they don't have any backbone. And they're part of domain Eukaryota, kingdom Animalia, and phylum Mollusca. So they're mollusks related to snails, clams, slugs, etc. The class is, like I said before, cephalopoda, which includes octopuses, cuttlefishes, and nautiluses. They're part of an order called Teuthida, which is spelled Teuthida. There are about 300 species classified into two main suborders, Myopsina and Ogopsina. Yeah. So Myopsina are smaller squid species that live closer to coast in shallow waters, and Ogopsina are larger, and they're going to be in what's called the pelagic zone. They're also called open ocean squids. They're in the pelagic zone, which is the top two layers of the ocean. The ocean split into three main layers. The bottom layer is called the midnight zone. The middle layer is called the twilight zone, and the top is called the sunlight zone. And so you'll find smaller open ocean squids in the sunlight zone. They're still larger than Myopsina, but they're smaller compared to the colossal squids found in the twilight zone. Basically, the deeper the ocean you'll go, the larger the squids, as like a rule of thumb. Squids are active visual predators, and before I start into that, I'll try my best to draw a diagram of a squid. These are going to be the tentacles, and all the tentacles are small uh, appendages, not appendages, they're small contraptions called suckers that have teeth and uh, other stuff inside of them in most species, and they use that to latch onto their prey. That's called the mantle. The part I'm drawing right now is called the mantle. It's the main body of the squid. Usually they have two fins on the sides, and a bunch of small, tiny arms in the bottom. But in here is also a beak, and inside the beak, there's something called a radula. So they capture the prey using the tentacles, which are tipped with suckers that have hooks and teeth in them. These tentacles snag the prey. It's pulled into the squid's arms, and they use the parrot-like beak to bite into the prey into pieces, and the radula inside the beak to help pull the food into the esophagus. Now, squids are hunted by larger marine mammals like sperm whales, dolphins, seals, larger squids, octopuses. They primarily feed on fish and crustaceans and other cephalopods, smaller cephalopods. So they're a middleman in the ecosystem, not like an apex predator, not like a um, absolute prey. And yeah, they have a lot of remarkable adaptations. One of them is the jet propulsion, which they store in their mantle cavity a bunch of water and then use the water to forcefully expel it through a siphon to allow for a rapid burst of speed, whether that's to escape predators or catch prey. And the siphon is steerable. Um, their skin contains millions of pigment cells called chromatophores. By expanding and contracting these cells, they can change color, pattern, texture, and stuff like that. And they're pretty intelligent. The beak and radula is kind of a two-layer mouth, which is interesting. And they have a pen. So instead of an external shell, most squids have a lightweight internal feather-shaped shell called a pen or gladius, which provides structural support. It's kind of like a skeleton for humans, but for a squid. It's important because, as I said, they're important middlemen in the ecosystem of the ocean. And to humankind, they're a food source, and their giant nerve axons inside them have been pretty fundamental in neurobiological research, which has led to Nobel Prize winning discoveries about how nerve impulses work. They're very important for the economy too, because commercial squid fisheries are a multi-billion-dollar industry that supports coastal communities, but they're kind of hunting squids into extinction, which isn't good. I have some resources here that I cited, not really, not cited, but I have the links to the sites where I pulled this stuff from, and I got the information about what order phylum domain they're from Tree of Life. some pictures of squid diagrams from Smithsonian Ocean. The Marine Bioconservation Society detailed like how their role is in the ecosystem, what they prey on, what their predators are, and most everything else I got from National Geographic. Thank you very much. That's all I have.